you. Quite interesting. Moving on to companionship. Like I said, the android robot woman can definitely be a companion, right? Why not? A dog is a companion. It can't talk, can't make you a sandwich. It's none of those other things we want from a woman, but a dog is a companion. Can go with you, bark, chase a stick, right? Sit, pet, pant, slobber, pee on trees, right? It's a companion. It hangs with you, in other words. Could an android hang with you? Yeah. Yeah, it could. How about chores? We've talked about doing the chores. You bet it could, right? And a lifetime of that. Without the hassles, without the insanity, without the emotional abuse, without the threat and worry of it destroying you financially, socially, professionally, in every way. Yeah, an android can provide that. Right? What makes a human female valuable? To fight over and claim as a trophy or possession, is that what makes her valuable? It's a great question, John. That's what we as men attribute as valuable, because we had to fight for her, because she was a trophy and we want to possess her and keep her as our own. That's, we project our value onto them. Man, I earned that woman, by golly. She's mine. Right? But you really don't own her. Right? She's a free agent because of the system, because of divorce, because of the courts. Right? But if those same qualities, right, looks like a trophy, you paid for it, you possess it, along with all of those skills and physical attributes, right? Skills that are programmed in and physical attributes, things that we see and identify as woman. If those can be put into a chassis with no periods of screaming, pain, abuse, torment, tyranny, terror, wouldn't men instantly put away their human girlfriends and run down to the local dealership and get one of those android women? He concludes by saying, female humans should read this email and get totally scared shitless. Yeah, human females should listen to this video, and they should be absolutely scared shitless. Because they're this far from being replaced. This fucking far from being replaced. Ooh, good scotch. This far from being replaced. They've got the synthetic skins, they've got the feel, they've got all of that. They just need a interior skeleton and the motor controls, the right dexterity in the fingers with nerves so they can determine hard and soft and be able to perform chores. We've already got the AI, right? And we don't need an AI computer for an android to sound nice and have the right responses and perform as prescribed. Right? There's not much left to do there. Basically, it's an upright walking skeleton that we're looking for, that's motorized. A bigger question would be, where do you want the plug-in at? Right? Do you want it on the bottom of the foot, back of the knee, right? Under the hair somewhere? Who knows, right? That's a bigger question. Women should be frightened to death. And as I've told you, the women I've talked to are scared to death of sex robots and the artificial womb, because they're out of a fucking job without that. They're out of a job. That close to being out of a job. Because I would take one of them in a heartbeat, as John suggests. I would sprint down to the dealership if I had the money. I might even make payments on it. I bet those payments would be cheaper than a girlfriend. And you would have all of those things that John outlines in his email. You would have sex. procreation with the artificial womb, which apparently has been created. You would have companionship, right? She could be programmed with all the proper female responses and learn about you to know that she is not to root for any other team but yours. Right? If that's what you want. Companionship, how hard is that, right? And a lifelong supply of the care, right? Whether it's physical chores in the house, sexual chores, because women think of sex as a chore. Ungrateful bitches, right? But sex is a chore. Everything to them is a chore. Having to be nice is a chore. A lifetime of what an android could give you. Perfect behavior every day. Not like the Stepford wives going nuts and screwing things up, but just program day in, day out. Right? Little glitch, do a backup. Right? You bet your ass men would take that. I know I would. Why bother with all the fucking headaches for a piece of ass and a sandwich? Right? Because you want kids? Oh, yeah, artificial womb. Done. Women should be scared shitless. Thank you, John, for the very interesting letter, the very interesting mental exercise. And as I've stated, John is a very intelligent man. Knows all kinds of interesting, amazing stuff. A lot of stuff goes right over my head, you know. But those are questions. And I'll tell you right now, as many women watch this, only a handful of them will really understand it. They'll defend themselves every time I say they're bitches. They'll want to argue about whether or not they're bitches instead of understand why we think the way we do as men. And when you get to the very end and say they can be replaced, they want to argue. Oh, no, you can't replace me. Well, I could program a robot to be an uncaring, unworking, unrational bitch that denies me everything I want and demands that I give my life to it. You could program a robot to be that. How hard would that be? A robot that doesn't give you sex. Great, just like a real woman. How hard was that? You can program that, but who wants it is the question. And so the question isn't what women want. The question is, what do we want as men? Stop trying to satisfy women out there, gentlemen. Satisfy yourself, because the women won't. And that is the crux of the matter. You satisfy them, you provide them with house, car, money to buy food, clothes to put on their bodies. We supply them with all that they need, and they supply us not with what we need. Quite an interesting set of questions. John, you are awesome, brother. The rest of you Mgtow guys, you are awesome. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for spending your time with me here learning. Share this type of information if you find it interesting. Share it with other people you know, other men, because they need to understand. It's not about women. It's not about society. It's not about those false expectations that have been implanted in you to indoctrinate you with and make you feel guilty and shameful for thinking any thought other than satisfying society's will and the woman who's presented herself to you in some fashion and gotten you to start chasing after her. Your life is about you. You know, if the Russians invade, yeah, we all need to get together and kick the shit out of the Russians and send them home, right? Licking their wounds. But beyond that, beyond our need for defense against the obvious enemy who's nice enough to use guns to let us know that they hate us, we don't need people in our lives who hate us, who lie to us, who manipulate us, who cheat us out of our emotional stability and our mental sanity. In some cases, men go nuts because of the games women play with them. And ultimately, our property, right? The value that our lives created, having that stolen from us because they have an alternative scheme or agenda or plan. We don't need to give that away anymore. And so we're this far from having a suitable, reliable, lifelong replacement to women. Ouch to you women. You should be scared shitless. Stop defending yourselves, and you better fucking do something. Because for people like me, not going to happen. And so I've said, what can women offer us? Will they forfeit all their rights to my stuff? Will they perform unendingly and untiringly the way I do? Go to work day in and day out. And do my job properly. With a smile. Completely, fully, competently, and without exception. Can a woman do that? I haven't seen it yet. They should be scared shitless. Gentlemen, you have a great night. Mgtow is freedom. It's freedom. Get free of it. Be patient. The android ladies are coming to satisfy whatever it is you want. And I'm sure they're going to make those bitch models, dude. I'm sure. Right? You can go down and rent one for the weekend and bring it home and have it just scream and yell at you and tell you how you failed it for an entire weekend and make you do all your own chores. Right? And then let that thing deny you sex and then threaten you with divorce. And tell you what a loser you are. And all the dirty fucking tricks that women pull. I'm sure you could rent bitch model androids just so you can know what it's like to be with a real woman. In fact, even the bitch model android is going to be superior to the human bitch. Because even the human bitch would probably go, you know, I don't feel like being a bitch this weekend. No, I'm paying you to be a bitch. Nope, don't want to do it. You know, they'll just deny you, right? I'm sure an android woman with the bitch program could manipulate the fuck out of you, right? Right? Gaslight the hell out of you. Totally screw with your head properly. And then at the end of your weekend, you can turn it in and go, thanks, I really missed that. Now, you know, I'll go unplug my unit at home, wake her up, and get her back to work, right? Just because maybe you want to know what that's like every 5 years to remind yourself why you chose an android over a regular woman. And can you imagine on the streets all of these natural human women walking around without men in their lives, having to perform I don't know what menial tasks to take care of themselves, but being denied the comfort of men's company, the pleasure of being around them in their homes and in their lives? How angry would these women be that they're denied childbirth? Right? To be a mother, which is what they're actually designed to be. They're going to be denied all of those things when these androids come about. And so they should be scared shitless. You guys have a great night. Semper Fi. I have the penis. I'm the man. And I know where this is all going, right? And it's not my choice, and it's not my fault. And John's questions, damn right I'd take an android woman. Any day of the week, twice on Sunday. You guys be cool.